want to talk a little bit about the Kevin Lyons conspiracy. So, what's going on with this? Well, do you remember, I think it was like a year and a half ago or so, when Kevin McCarthy released some January 6th footage, but he only gave it to Tucker Carlson. You remember that? And then Tucker Carlson turned around and basically claimed that the whole thing was a conspiracy and cops were letting people inside and all that. And he used that footage to basically get the QAnon shaman off. I haven't really looked into why they let him out, but that kind of started the process, which eventually let him out of prison. You remember the QAnon shaman they do with the fucking like bullhorns and stuff? That guy who got sentenced to 4 years, he's out of prison now. He's like out and about. You know, guy's a fucking traitor. This guy's a fucking traitor, and he should spend the time that he was convicted for in jail. But thanks to Kevin McCarthy and Tucker Carlson, he's now free to go be out and not be held accountable for the fucking crimes he committed. You know, because Republicans don't actually give a shit about justice. Remember that? Well, Michael Johnson has released another 90 hours of unedited January 6th footage. Personally, I think this is a good thing. I think they should release all of it to everybody. The problem was before is that the footage was only released to fucking Tucker Carlson. Well, if you do that, then that means he gets to basically make whatever fucking like narrative he wants. And no, it should be available to the entire media sphere. And that is what Michael Johnson says he wants to do. He wants to release all 4,000 footage of it, and I think that should be a good thing. But in the meantime, the insane right-wing insurrectionist MAGA Chuds are going over the footage that he has been released, and they're using it in memes and in their Facebook posts and shit like that in order to say the whole thing was rigged and it was a conspiracy by the FBI or whatnot in order to make Republicans look bad. I mean, at first, if you remember right, folks, I thought it was Antifa that did it, wasn't it? Isn't that what they said? Didn't they say it was Antifa that actually broke into the Capitol there? And it was Antifa that actually went around and smeared shit on the walls and all that other shit. Well, how can it be Antifa and the FBI at the same time? I mean, how come like all the people who've been convicted and have gone to jail for it, you know, including the fucking Proud Boys and all those people, you know, what was it? Enrique Tarrio got like what 22 years or whatever. Is he part of fucking Antifa? Right? I mean, why is that? Why are all the people who are going to prison for it actually like asshole Trump supporters and not Antifa and not FBI agents? Why is that happening? So anyway, so now they're kind of going through all this footage and trying to pull out different things in order to support the bullshit conspiracy theory that the entire thing was a setup by the FBI, which is complete and total bullshit. I mean, like the FBI needs or has a desire to make Donald Trump supporters look bad. If you want to make a Donald Trump supporter look bad, put a microphone in front of them and let them talk. They'll make themselves look like fucking morons to begin with. So it turns out that there is one freeze frame that is being passed around. And it's this right here. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. It's this freeze frame. Let me turn on my window. You see this freeze frame? And there's a guy here, and he's holding something in his hand. Can I make this bigger? There we go. It's a little bit bigger. What does it look like to you? Well, the MAGA people are saying that looks like a badge. And they're saying that this guy with the Trump hat on is flashing a badge to the camera like he's some kind of undercover guy. Now, I don't really know how being an undercover agent works, but I'm pretty sure when you're an undercover agent, like say you're infiltrating an extremist group or something like that, what you don't do is flash your badge to security cameras. I'm pretty sure that's a thing that you don't do. I'm pretty sure the whole point of being undercover is to be hidden and not to give little Easter eggs and shit for the people at home who are watching you. Right? I mean, doesn't that seem to kind of defeat the entire fucking purpose of being undercover? Is revealing that you're like an actual agent? Like, does James Bond like go in and infiltrate Spectre or whatever, or fucking whatever the fuck the name of the organization is, the bad guys in James Bond? And does he like walk around and then bust out his ID and show it to a camera? Like, no, it's dumb as fuck. But this is what the conspiracy theory is. This is from somebody named Derek Evans. This was sent to me. Is this person flashing a badge? If so, this would prove there were undercover federal agents disguised as MAGA. I was thrown in solitary confinement for peacefully protesting. I just want the truth to be known. Please retweet so we can get the truth either way. Now, if you look at the reader information, you actually get the truth. The person in this photo is named Kevin Lyons. He has been sentenced to 51 months in prison for his illegal activities inside the Capitol on January 6th. He is not a police officer, is not holding a badge. He's carrying a vape and a photograph and wallet stolen from Pelosi's office. That's what it is. First off, I don't know who Derek Evans is, but no, if you walked inside of that building, you were not peacefully protesting. Okay? Those people were not peacefully protesting. They had to smash their way in. That is the opposite of peacefully protesting. It's not peaceful when you're beating the shit out of cops outside. You're kicking the shit out of police officers and like bashing them in the head and putting them in the hospital, having their fingers and shit getting fucking like amputated, that kind of thing. You know, one cop died of a stroke the next day. And, you know, all the MAGA people are being like, oh, no, he didn't, that had nothing to do with it. Like he would have died normally, just on his own, if there was no fucking riot the day before, if he didn't get the shit kicked out of him the day before. Yeah, right, get the fuck out of my face with that, alright? Fuck these people. But anyway, why is this newsworthy? Because this is shared by Mike Lee. Mike Lee here is a senator. This is Senator Mike Lee. Somebody elected this motherfucker. He's from Utah, I believe it is. Hang on, I got it right here. Senator Mike Lee from Utah. Yeah. I can't wait to ask FBI Director Christopher Wray about this at our next oversight hearing. I predict that, as always, his answers will be 97% information free. That's the thing about conspiracy theories, right? Especially when on the right wing. If this was just some fucking, like, crazed lunatic gibbering to himself in a corner in a pile of his own feces screaming about Pizzagate and shit like that, and how the evil Democrats are gonna send LGBTQ rainbow rays into his brain to, like, force him to be gay and shit. If it was just that, if it was just some fucking insane person, just some crazy fucking moron spreading a bunch of bullshit in the privacy of his own home, it wouldn't be a problem. But this fucking guy is a senator. This guy votes on shit that affects all of us. Things like spending policy and defense policy, and like law enforcement funding and a bunch of other shit. And, you know, he has the power to do this. This guy, Mike Lee, has the power to drag the FBI director in front of him and question him about this stuff, about this dumbass conspiracy theory. Somebody who, they know who this is, they know that the guy's a J6 fucking rioter who's rotting in prison right now, deservedly so. He can still waste everybody's fucking time and do this and drag the highest FBI agent in the country and make him answer stupid fucking questions about a dumbass Twitter post. Because conspiracy theories are not about the truth. Something you gotta remember, folks. Everybody remember this, please. Right? You can't debunk conspiracy theories with the truth, because the people who believe in conspiracy theories are not interested in the truth. It's fucking embarrassing. Mike Lee is not the only person in government spreading this conspiracy theory. Of course, we have Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm calling on Speaker Johnson to create a January 6th select committee. Releasing the tapes is not enough. There needs to be investigations and accountability for all of the lies, deceit, and lives ruined. Every member of the January 6th committee, Nancy Pelosi, FBI Department of Justice, DC Police, Capitol Police, January 6 witnesses who lied all need to be subpoenaed. Does she have any proof that they lied? No, she doesn't have any proof. She's talking out of her ass. Criminal referrals must be written and prosecutions must happen under a Trump Department of Justice. That's a law enforcement badge in his hand. While disguised as a Trump supporter in a MAGA hat, as said it all along, MAGA did not do this. So she has since removed this line here. That's a law enforcement badge in his hand line. She's since removed that, but you can see it because you can go into any given post in Twitter and you can see the edits. Right. There's a new version of this post. See the latest post. And if we click on the latest post, it doesn't have that line anymore. See? It actually doesn't have the picture anymore either. Because she knows that she was full of shit. And it's embarrassing, I guess, even for Marjorie Taylor Greene, just saying some shit that's, like, blatantly unfucking true is a line too far for her. But, you know, she didn't back down on all the rest of her shit here. She didn't back down and remove any of this other ridiculous fucking shit. Like the January 6 witnesses who lied. How the fuck do these people lie? How do you know they lied? There's video of all of this shit happening. There's the people who have gone to jail for January 6 deserve to be in jail. Video of them breaking down the goddamn doors. Video of them smashing shit up. They fucking stole laptops and stuff that had state secrets on them. Smeared feces on the fucking wall. Destroyed priceless works of fucking art that were in there. And then tried to murder Congress. Let's not forget that part. The reason they were there were to murder Congress. That one lady who got shot, Ashley Babbitt, shot her and they killed her. She deserved it. She deserved it. She was trying to murder Congress. That's what those people were there for. They were trying to break down the doors and get to the Congress people. What were they going to do once they got into those doors? What? Stand in front of them and sing Kumbaya? No. They were not going to do that. They were going to kill them. These people are traitors. Marjorie Taylor Greene is supporting traitors. Fuck this woman. Okay? Fuck every single person who was at that insurrection. Fuck all of them. They're all traitors. And fuck this dumbass bitch for spreading around dipshit conspiracy theories. Because for every single one of us who sees this and says, oh, that's bullshit, and actually takes this the smallest effort to investigate and see if these kinds of things are true, there's 100 who won't. Because this is all of this shit is about, like conspiracy, like spreading around conspiracy theories like this and everything. It's all about just reinforcing your preconceived notions and opinions, right? That's what it is. It's all about feeling good. It's all about going on Twitter and scrolling through your feed and seeing shit that reinforces your current beliefs. We're good, the other side's bad. We're justified, they're evil, they're wrong, and we should, we need to fight them and all that. We need to justice, blah, blah, blah. That's what it's all about. That's what social media is all about. That's why conspiracy theories spread so easily on social media. Because it's all about making you feel good. And it's all about making you feel like you're special. You have the super secret information. You've got the one strange trick that the business guys in the business suits don't want you to know. Absolutely fucking ridiculous, folks. Here's another unrelated tweet from Mike Lee that I wanted to share with you guys. Fascism equals whatever progressives don't like. Kind of shows you the attitude that this guy's coming from. Kind of shows you where this dude's brain is at. Remember, this guy is here spreading conspiracy theories, easily disproved conspiracy theories. He's all about poning the libs. Do you think this guy's actually doing anything to help people? Do you think Mike Lee has a plan to help the economy? Do you think he's got a plan to help people deal with, let's say, the effects of global climate change and how it's going to affect people in Utah? There were a bunch of wildfires recently in Utah. Is he doing anything to help people there? Is he doing anything to help his state? No. He's not doing shit. He's not doing anything at all. His entire purpose is to pwn the libs and personally enrich himself. Because he's wasting time with shit like this. I guarantee you, if I were to choose any random given Democrat and look at their Twitter, you're not going to see shit like this. You're not going to see dumbass culture war bullshit. You'll probably just see sort of the usual dry kind of, political shit that you get from any given politician. But usually, politicians use social media to promote stuff they're doing. Today I went here and I talked to these people. We're going to help bring jobs back to the state. Today I went here and I talked to police officers, and we're going to help get more feet on the ground in order to, cut down on crime. Today we went over to this place over here, and we're going to help these poor people, to do something about homelessness. That's what politicians use social media for, but not this guy. This guy's spreading memes, spreading conspiracy theories, saying snarky shit to put down the fucking commies and the lefties and stuff. Because he doesn't fucking give a fuck about the actual government. And that's what really gets me the most about conservatives, is like, if you really hate the government, why the fuck do you want to go work for the government? I don't really get it. I don't get it. It's like Ron Swanson in fucking Parks and Rec. It's like, why the fuck are you a libertarian want to be working for the government anyway? But anyway, that's a subject for another story. Wanted to show you that to you guys because I thought that was funny. Last one on this. This is from a guy named HG Tomato. HG Tomato is retweeting Benny Johnson. This is one we really want to look at. Benny Johnson, an undercover federal agent with a badge fully disguised as a Trump supporter inside the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. January 6th was a Fed setup. Cops opened the doors. Inside job. All J6ers should be released on grounds of entrapment. Yeah, the cops opened the doors. I guess, that window that these guys smashed open, I guess those were really police officers smashing that window. Wouldn't you say? Do you know why, by the way, folks? Do you know why the cops opened the doors there? Because they were already in the building. Okay? Because these dickheads smashed open the fucking windows and were already in the building. And so there's footage of them leading people around, right? Why would the police be doing that? Because they were leading them away from the Congress people. They were leading them away from them so they wouldn't go and find where the Congress people were and kill them. That's why they were doing it. All right? They were mitigating the situation already because it was already too late. There were not enough police officers to keep all the people out, so they said, "Okay, come this way." And there's video of this too. There's videos of cops running around and like being chased by protesters in the Capitol. There's video of them trying to do their best to kind of divert the crowd, keep them from sensitive areas. Didn't always work. Didn't stop them from finding Nancy Pelosi's office, for example. Stealing her laptop, spreading shit on her walls. That one asshole fucking smoking a cigar at her desk or whatever. Didn't stop that from happening. Didn't stop them from actually finding where the Congress people were and trying to bust down the doors and murder them. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you have 20 cops and 5,000 people outside beating the crap out of you and no help coming? And the President of the United States not doing shit to help you, not calling the National Guard. The President of the United States, who could have ended this stuff with a phone call. Trump, at any given time, could have gone on TV and said, "All right, stop this. You guys go home." He didn't do it. He could have called the National Guard. They would have been there in 20 minutes. They were standing by. The actual, the guy in charge in an interview said, "Yeah, we didn't deploy because we were waiting for the order from somebody." Nancy Pelosi was trying to get them to come out. They wouldn't listen to her because she's not the one in charge. Nancy Pelosi can't call the National Guard. She's a Speaker of the House. She doesn't have that power, right? Somebody from the executive branch has to, i.e. the President. It's Washington, D.C. How come he didn't do that till hours later, right? Oh, because it was all a Fed setup, huh? The Feds worked for fucking Donald Trump. Alright, Donald Trump was the president at that time. Why would the FBI, who was under a Trump administration, be working to make Trump supporters look. It doesn't make any sense. Like, no matter which way you fucking look at it. Okay, oh, it was Antifa. Antifa was really doing it. Well, Antifa was doing it, why? Because they like Donald Trump? They were trying to stop Joe Biden from getting elected so that they could keep Trump in power? Is that what you're trying to fucking say? It doesn't make any sense. It's the dumbest, like, conspiracy theories are dumb. In general, they're just dumb. Most of them. I mean, there's actually a few that I think still may have something to do with it. Things like the JFK assassination and shit like that. There's still some conspiracy theories that I may entertain myself, but this one ain't one of them. This one is fucking humiliatingly stupid. It's so fucking stupid, and if you believe it, you're a moron. And that's all I gotta say with this, folks.